And I think in order for you guys to understand the economics of why there's so many people advertising hotel rooms right in this neighborhood, thank you, Stacy, it's because of this big hospital right here in China. Thank you, Tommy, in the city of Changchun. So there's a lot of people who are staying overnight in these hospitals getting treatments, and their relatives oftentimes stay in these units right across the street. So this is why there is a market. This is why there's a market for these types of hotel rooms, these types of short-term rentals. Thank you, Raleigh. The economics is driven by this hospital here. This is a huge hospital. An absolutely huge hospital. So let's keep moving. Wakey, Christopher. What up, Christopher? Thank you, Pond. Good morning, everybody. We are walking to Wanda Plaza here in the city. Thank you, Colette. Good morning, Colette. Here in the city of Changchun. Great to see you. Any special service? I don't know. I'm not about to find out. Because I ain't staying in no hotel that costs $2 a night. I'll tell you that. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Good morning, Rose Reyes. Thank you, Wildflower. Good morning, Jess Z. Thank you, everybody. It might be nice. All right, well, Southern Philly girl, why don't you come and find out? What up, Lisa Ann? Thank you, Tony. Thank you, guys. Thank y'all. Good morning, everybody. We're walking. By the way, I want you guys to check this out right here. Y'all see this right here? This is what's interesting about China in the last few years, man. The RV industry here in China has actually taken off. You see this little RV right here? So everybody back home in America, we're pretty familiar with an RV like this, right? The RV industry here in China has totally taken off in the last 5 years. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So this used to be like, when I remember just back stateside, a lot of people had RVs. More and more Chinese people are actually getting RVs here in China. A lot of people are doing this van living, RV living. It's because a lot of senior citizens here in China have a lot of disposable income, especially if they're on a very nice Social Security. They have payments from Social Security. So a lot of them are actually doing things that are similar to what American folks have been doing for many, many decades, which is to travel the country in a minivan, in an RV. So I'm actually seeing a lot more of these RVs everywhere in China. The only thing that I think lags a little bit behind, thank you, Amuj. Thank you, Amuj, for the heart me. The only thing that lags a little bit behind the United States is the infrastructure that supplies the RVs, like the RV parks, the fresh water, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff, getting sewage out of the RV, that's still lagging a little bit behind. But there's a lot of these that are I'm seeing a lot of RVs everywhere in the country. You know, people are really getting into this lifestyle that was really made popular by the United States. You know, a lot of people are getting RVs now. They're not that expensive. I'm telling you, I could see myself getting one as the channel expands. I'm serious. I could see myself getting an RV as the channel expands. So let's keep moving, everybody. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nate, Ian, Mauricio. Thank you, Nate. Let's keep it moving. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. I'm actually thinking about it. If we're gonna do more travels throughout China, across China, I'm actually thinking about getting an RV. Or perhaps renting one. Let's keep going. Y'all got EBT in China? No, there's no EBT here in China. He said, y'all got EBT in China. There's no EBT here in China. There's no food stamps that I'm aware of in China. And I'm not aware of going to a store and seeing somebody use EBT. I've never personally seen it. What is up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. And he said, we got EBT here? Y'all said, y'all got EBT? Yeah, Social Security, yes. So China has their own version of Social Security. It obviously is the same structure as back home in America. It depends on how long you worked and how long did you contribute to the system. What was your job? Some people make a little bit more from Social Security. Some people make a little bit less. But yeah, they got Social Security here in China as well. My mom is on Social Security. She's also on Chinese Medicare. So, yeah, not too different from back home. All right, good morning, everybody. We're walking to the busiest part of the city. There should be a lot of people where we're going. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. My name is Daniel from the state of North Carolina. Make sure you hit that follow button. Otherwise, you're never going to see me again on TikTok. Hit the follow button. We're going everywhere. We're going to eventually make it to the capital, Beijing, in the coming days. And we'll be going to Taiwan, China in the first week of October. It's pretty much been decided. So please follow the channel and share this live stream. Hello in Salisbury, North Carolina in the building. Hit the follow button, everybody. Hello, all my people back home in North Carolina. Big Lem, I'll take you there at night. The Tigers are asleep, man. I'll take you there at night. Yeah, the bus did get close. We'll keep it moving. New York City. What up, Kick Ass? Thank you. Kick Ass Panda, thank you. Please follow the channel, man. Let's keep it moving. Wednesday. Thank you, MMC. It's hump day, y'all. Come on, man. Let's keep it moving. Fayetteville, North Carolina. What's up, everybody? What is up, everybody? It is 7 p.m. We are 12 hours ahead of the East Coast. So we're 12 hours ahead of North Carolina. So I am here in what is a lot of folks who are watching me for the very first time. I travel everywhere in China. I travel everywhere in Asia. I am going to, right now I am in the Rust Belt of China. So for the folks who are watching me for the very first time, if I have the privilege of showing up on your FYP here on TikTok, the city that I am in here in China is one that you won't see many foreign faces. You won't see many American faces. Thank you, Toad and Steph. You won't see many American faces here. There's not a lot of foreign visitors. It's not known as a tourism city. This city is similar to the Cleveland and Detroit of America. This is in the Rust Belt. Thank you, Melissa. This used to be a very economically prosperous area in the 80s and 90s before undergoing a series of layoffs. And now it is actually what I would consider to be the Rust Belt of China. So think about Pittsburgh, think about Cleveland, think about Detroit, think about Gary, Indiana. This is where we're at. This is a city that used to be very, very prosperous in the 70s and 80s and early 90s before the layoffs in the state sector hit this city and millions of people lost their jobs all across Northeast China. So now this is what we call the Rust Belt. This is what the Rust Belt of China. To me, it's one of the quieter places I've been here in China. One of the reasons is there's very few people living here in this province. A province is a state, equivalent of a state back home in America. Let's say the state of North Carolina, the state of South Carolina, the state of Georgia. This is called Jilin Province. There's only 27 million people living in this province, which sounds like a lot because North Carolina only has 11, 12 million people living in North Carolina. This is more than twice. Yet for a Chinese province, thank you, Raiko, please follow the channel. I go everywhere in China and I explain it from the perspective of an American. This, even though it has twice the population of a North Carolina, this is actually one of the smallest provinces in terms of population in all of China. Only 27 million people. In contrast, thank you, Lori, thank you, My Pink. In contrast, the province of Shandong is only 4 or 5 hours driving away. 100 million people in a neighboring province. 100 million people. Almost 4 times. So this is why, as we walk down the streets, as we have been doing, thank you, Hu, in the last few days in the city of Changchun, we go through so many streets where there are just hardly any people. Thank you, Hu. Because there just isn't that many people in this part of the country. Why? We're close to North Korea and we're close to Russia. It is very cold here in the winter. Thank you, JOREL. Please follow the channel, everybody. It is very cold here in the winter. There isn't that much to do in the winter besides being very cold and stay at home. Thank you, Plant Guru. So this is the part of the country where you see the pattern back home in America of a lot of people moving to Florida, a lot of people moving to North Carolina, a lot of people moving to Georgia, a lot of people moving to Texas, to the warmer areas of the United States. Similar things. Thank you, Louis and Hu. are happening here in China. A lot of people are leaving these colder areas in the north to move south as winter birds. Does that make sense, everybody? Please follow the channel. My name is Daniel from the state of North Carolina. I stream every single day out here in China. I show you guys what real China looks like. I personally live in North Carolina and Shenzhen. Shenzhen is my home in southern China, next to Hong Kong. We like to just walk around, explain what we see, and really just a kid with an iPhone who likes to walk around the streets and show you what China is really like without the media bias, without any judgment, and you get to see for yourself what this country is like. So please follow the channel and share this live stream. Man, this is dark as hell. Let me just make sure I'm going the right way. This is dark as hell. Yeah, oh, I gotta make a right here. All right, folks, if you're watching me for the first time, first of all, greetings. Please follow the channel. There's a lot of cool content coming up. If you're watching me for the very first time, this is something you'll see. Look, here in China, most major Chinese cities that I know of, and even smaller cities and province and counties, they are not what I would call a wide open layout like we have back home in America. Meaning when you drive to a Walmart, there's a big parking lot. They don't have that here in China because land is very scarce. So you're not gonna see these big giant parking lots on the surface as we do back home in the States. Everything is underground. Parking is underground. For example, this particular neighborhood right here, their parking is all underground. In other words, if you want to come and visit one of these stores and one of these shops over here that's lined up across the street and you don't live in this neighborhood, you can't access their underground parking. You park right on the sidewalk. That's the way you do it here in China. Very different from, let's say, New York City, let's say even from North Carolina. They have parallel parking sometimes, but most of the times you park right on the sidewalk. Does that make sense? Gail, what is crime in this city like? Almost non-existent. Almost no crime. This is why I love to do my evening alley crawls. Please follow the channel or catch a bus or walk, which is what I usually do, or bike. But you can see the cars, they just park on the streets. Everything is pretty organized. And the other thing is there's no lines. Y'all see any parking lines? Like back home in America, you see any parking lines that tells you where to park? Nope. You just park where there's open space. You just park where there's open space. And everybody is pretty, everybody's pretty cognizant. Everybody follows the rules. I find it to be very interesting. It's like when you look at it from the perspective of an American, when you're looking at all this, it's like it seems to be no rules, but it's actually very, very organized. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like to me as I'm walking around here in China. I've been living here for 5.5 years. I came here in 2019 before the COVID pandemic. So I'm very, very familiar with most things in China now. But this is a country that a lot of times, you can see this car right here parked right in the middle of the what's it called, the sidewalk over here. And for folks who are watching back home in America, if you're watching me for the very first time, we'll show you a lot of cars. This car is actually from Guangzhou, by the way. So this car is from very close to where I live in southern China. This is a Chinese car that we won't be able to see back home in America. This is an electric vehicle. That's actually a hybrid vehicle from Li Auto. Very, very beautiful vehicle. This is like a $55,000 vehicle. Very, very beautiful vehicle. And follow the channel. Share this live stream, y'all. Yeah, you gotta hit that follow button. I stream daily out here in China. All right, I think unless I'm very wrong, y'all can let me know if y'all are a first-time viewer. I think we should have quite a few first-time viewers this morning. Just a gut feeling. So if you're watching me for the very first time on TikTok, please let me know. My name is Daniel from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Thank you, Big Jake. And I went to the University of North Carolina for my undergrad and my MBA. So it's great to see everybody. If you're watching me for the very first time, I am a Tar Heel. I went to the University of North Carolina. Thank you, Lucy Ann and Obi. And look at my background photo over here. Today is the 23rd anniversary of September 11th. But you guys know I love UNC. If you're watching me for the very first time, I am a Tar Heel through and through. So I've been living in China since 2019 when I moved here for my job at the time. And For really the last couple of years, I've been making content for TikTok. Thank you, Naisha. Hi, I'm HB. Good morning, everyone. I've been making content about Chinese history, about Asian history, but the last 7 months, 6.5 months, I started streaming here, and we get now really crazy amount of views every single month. We get close to 5 million views now, 4.7 last month. So I think we're on track to break 5 million views this month just on our live streams. Not even on our content. Just our live streams alone is approaching 5 million views a month. So please follow the channel. The people love what I do. They love what I do every single day. They know it's hard work. I work very, very hard to bring you guys top tier content. Please follow the channel, y'all. Hit the follow button. I stream daily. And we're also on our way towards 300,000 followers. So please follow the channel. And if you're at all interested in history, check out the content that I make on my homepage. Thank you, Ian. So please follow the channel. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So anyway, let me explain a little bit further about this place called Changchun. Changchun is a city that has a very rich history. Very, very rich history. You think about the last dynasty in Chinese history called the Qing dynasty. The rulers of the last Chinese dynasty, the Manchu people, originated from this city from this entire area called Manchuria. So for the most folks who are watching back home in the States, if you are watching me for the very first time, I have to say this over and over again. People have a misconception that everybody in China is the same. They're all Chinese, so to speak. Thank you, Mariah. And that is simply untrue. China is actually a very, very diverse country. 56 different ethnic groups, some big, some small. The majority of the people here in China are called the Han Chinese, like myself. I was born here in China before immigrating to the United States, but I am Han Chinese. I am the majority of the population, 1.4 billion people here in China. Now, the other 55 ethnic groups, some of you guys have heard of some of these ethnic groups. You have the Tibetan Chinese, who tend to be monks, who tend to be Buddhist. You have the Uyghur Chinese, many of whom are Muslim. You have the Hui Chinese, all of whom are Muslim. You have, in this case, the Manchurian Chinese. They are a people that look very similar to the Han Chinese. They speak the same language. They wear the same clothing. They eat pretty much the same food. Nowadays, they all speak Mandarin. So, very, very diverse place. And a lot of times when you're just walking down the street here in China, you may not be able to tell who's who, but from the perspective of an American watching or a European, y'all might say, well, they all look Chinese. But there's actually a very, very diverse country with 56 recognized ethnic groups. So the word recognized is very important, because if we have any Native American viewers who are watching this right now, back home in the States, you know that if you are a officially recognized tribe back home in America, it comes with certain perks. Thank you, Charlie Lambert. It's the same thing here as well. If you belong to one of the ethnic groups that is underrepresented at university, that is underrepresented at certain jobs that are filled by government positions or state-owned enterprises, thank you, Mr. 4K. They have policies here that are designed to integrate ethnic groups that are underrepresented into universities and job places. So even though we don't have affirmative actions back home in America anymore, they have affirmative action here for people who are in underrepresented ethnic groups. Okay, so this is for the folks who are watching me for the very first time. Thank you, A Beauty. Thank you very much, A Beauty to Be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So for example, if you and I take the college entrance exam and you are Tibetan Chinese and I'm Han Chinese and we get the same score, you would go to a better college than me because there will be some points added to your score because you are Tibetan Chinese. Does that make sense? So you will probably get like 30, 40 points added to your score. You probably get like an extra 7, 8% added to your score. Whereas me, I would have to take my score as is. Thank you, Mr. 4K. So those are some of the differences that a lot of people probably didn't know if they're watching this country for the very first time. Thank you, Penelope. It's a very, very diverse country. And right where we stand in Jilin province, it's actually one of the most diverse places in all of China. There's actually believe it or not, there's actually a sizable population here that identify themselves as Chinese, but they are Korean heritage. So this is it. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. See, someone just said, you see this right here? I'm sorry to bump your comment. What's it called? Just Kirby. You see this gentleman or this lady over here just posted a comment. I am Miao. So Miao is also one of the ethnic groups here in China. One of the protected ethnic and recognized ethnic groups here in China. Make sure y'all follow the channel and share this live stream. Let's keep it moving. Right where we stand here in Jilin province, there's actually a lot of different ethnic groups. You got Manchurian Chinese, you got Han Chinese. You also have Korean Chinese, meaning they're born in China, they have Chinese citizenship, you know, they have exactly the same benefits as the Chinese citizens as everybody else. They might look the same, but their bloodline actually traces back to Korea. Because we're so close to North Korea now, we're only about 3 hours from the North Korean border. We're so close to North Korea. There's actually a very sizable amount of Korean Chinese that are living in this province, living here in Jilin province. So if you're watching me for the very first time, I go around everywhere in China. I take you guys to the different types of neighborhoods. I take you guys to the fancy neighborhoods. I just take you guys to the streets of China and show you what this country is like. Because thank you for the heart, me. So many people back home in America, you know, if you guys watched the presidential debate last night, this is a country that is heavy on the minds of our politicians. There's a lot of people. Thank you, Charlie, for sending the subs. If you got a free sub from Charlie, please give him a word of thank you. This is a country that's heavy on the minds of so many politicians and so many people back home. And there's a lot of folks back home in America who have a curiosity about what China is really like. You know, this is a communist nation. This is a single party state. Thank you, Chell. They don't have, you know, presidential elections like we do back home in America that are voted by the people. This is a single party state, and I've been living here for 5.5 years. Thank you, Valerie and Kaya. So a lot of people are curious about this place and they want to learn a little bit more about this country. And follow me on TikTok because I go everywhere here in China. Thank you, Valerie and Charlie. So please make sure y'all follow the channel. I stream daily. We're going to the capital, Beijing, in the coming days. We're going to go to Universal Studios. We'll go to the Great Wall again. We'll go to the Forbidden City again. But we go everywhere in China. Small villages, big cities, small cities, cities you've heard of like Shanghai, Hong Kong. Cities you never heard of, like this one right here called Changchun. 9 million souls live out here. 9 million people live out here. So follow the channel, everybody. Please follow the channel. Let me make sure I'm going the right way. We should almost be there. Almost there. Oh, we should almost, yeah, just keep going. We should almost be there. Great to see everybody. There's a lot of buses. There's also a lot of people. There's also a lot of noise. Now, if you're watching me for the very first time, this is nothing. Thank you, My Pink. There's also no lights here. This is another thing I've noticed about this city, man. There's no lights here. There's traffic lights for the cars, but I don't know what it is, man, but they don't have pedestrian lights. You just kind of walk when there's no cars. You know what I'm saying? You basically, the rule here is don't get hit by a car. It's really a very odd thing. And honestly, I think it reflects the economic decline of this northern Chinese city. Thank you, Purple Sky. So many streets I've been on in this city has no traffic lights for pedestrians. You just walk. And the golden rule is don't get your ass hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? Don't get hit by a car. That's the rule. That's it. Now, as I'm standing on the corner here, let me explain a few things to you guys. We are on the border. We're near the border with Russia and North Korea. We're very, very close to the border with North Korea and Russia. So this is a part of China that's very, very cold in the winter, and this is what I call the Rust Belt. The people here are very, very tall. This is one of the tallest regions in all of China, the height. Very, very tall people living in here. Man, I don't know if this guy's singing good or not, man, but he bothering me, man. I can't focus on my stream right now. Let's be singing. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving, y'all. Follow the channel, y'all. Hit that follow button. I stream daily out here in China. We get, oh man. Man, this is, I'm telling y'all, I can already tell this stream tonight, we got a lot of new viewers. My name is Daniel from the state of North Carolina. Please follow the channel. We're here in a city that very few Americans have ever seen or even heard of. This is called the city of Changchun. One of my moderators can pin this comment and let people know what city we're in. But 9 million souls live out here, and very few of us have heard it in the United States. You know what I mean? This is also like if you're an American. Thank you, Olga. Good morning, Olga. Thank you so much, Olga. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Olga, I think you might have fell asleep watching me last night. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Good morning, everybody. This is also like if you're an American and you go visit France. Thank you, Warrior and Sticky Rice. Imagine if you were an American and you visit France and you tell people I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. Most people in France are not gonna know what Knoxville, Tennessee is, even though it's a big city. Not a big city, but it's a decent sized city in Tennessee. This is one of those Knoxville, Tennessee type of cities here in China, right? Where most Chinese people know this city, but very few of them have been here. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it's about. Thank you, Chell. Thank you. Please follow the channel. Thank you, Chelly, for the rose. Let's keep it moving. All right, we're at Wanda now, so we should almost be there. This is called Wanda Plaza. So this is going to be one of the fanciest areas in the entire city. Follow the channel and share this live stream. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Sen. Thank you, BB, and thank you, Blaze. Let's keep it moving. What is up, everybody? How many new followers we got today? We're on our way to 300,000. Oh, I like this. We're on our way to 300,000 followers, y'all. Hit the follow button. We're almost halfway to our goal already. Thank you, Mauricio, Lucy, and Danny. Good morning, everybody back home in America. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Chris and Danny. Hello, hello. Good morning, wakey, wakey, everybody. Thank you, Danny. What's my favorite Chinese city to visit? It's coming up. It's called the city of Beijing, the capital. Thank you, Easygoing and Martinez. But for real, though, Nate, Mauricio, Ian, Olga, thank y'all so much. Thank you, Sandra. My favorite city to visit in China is definitely Beijing, the capital. We're gonna have a lot of good food in Beijing, from Peking duck to all types of Beijing snacks. Thank you, Dylan. Good morning, Dylan. Hope you're feeling better, Dylan. Thank you, Chelly. Let's keep moving. Let's go into this neighborhood over here. See, you know, this is also what's kind of crazy about this city over here is like right across the street, you got Wanda right there, which is one of the nicer malls here in the city of Changchun. Thank you, Hannah and Undercover and BB and RTZ. And yet the street that I'm about to walk in right now is a very chill neighborhood. This is what a chill Changchun neighborhood looks like. Thank you, Country Girl. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. Follow the channel and share this live stream. Hit the follow button, everybody. Let's get to 1,000 new followers tonight. My name is Daniel from the state of North Carolina. Thank you, Ada. I stream daily out here in China. You don't want to miss it. Please follow the channel. Thank you, Kick-Ass Panda and Ada Torres. Now, as you are watching me, many of you for the very first time, let me explain once again what is the main driver of the economy in a city like this. Because this is not a Beijing or a Shanghai or a Shenzhen where there's a lot of high-tech companies or big companies driving the economy. This economy here, the economy in this city is mostly driven by government jobs, service jobs, and very little in between. Meaning, there really isn't that one large employer here in the city of Changchun that provides a lot of employment. This is why there's been an exodus of young people here in the last 20 to 30 years, especially the last 10 years. A lot of young people have left this region. A lot of government jobs here, a lot of public servant jobs, a lot of state-owned enterprise jobs. For example, something like China Tobacco, they will probably have a nice office here. You know, all types of different government-related positions, service jobs like a restaurant, a store, this restaurant here. There's a lot of employment here, but the average salary here in this city is lower than the major cities, other major cities here in China. Now, but then again, for the folks who are watching me for the very first time, and there's many of them in this time slot, I showed you guys earlier a hotel room, a very simple bed, one night in a neighborhood like this. You just want to sleep. You just want a place to sleep for the night. $2.10 can get you a room to sleep for the night. Now, you're not going to have the room to yourself, man. There's going to be a couple other dudes sleeping next to you in the beds next to you, but you will have a place to sleep. You will have a shower, a shared shower, a shared bathroom, you can sleep here for just $2.10 a night, 15 yuan. In a neighborhood like this. They have it all over here. Because a lot of these older homes, as I'm starting to realize here in the city of Changchun, a lot of these older homes, as folks move into nicer and more beautiful buildings, they're like a hostel. Like a hostel. A lot of them are being converted into motels. Chinese motels. You know, very, very inexpensive. $2, $3 a night. Get you a room to stay here. Thank you, Debbie. Follow the channel and share this live stream, everybody. Hit the follow button. Thank you, A Beauty. Thank you, Debbie. Follow the channel, y'all. Hit that follow. What city would I compare it to? This is Cleveland. I'm telling you guys, this is the Chinese version of Cleveland. If there is any Chinese city that fits the bill, this is the Chinese version of Cleveland. A city that used to be very prosperous with heavy industry. Thank you, Olivia. With a lot of jobs here that were lost in the last 30 years. This is the Chinese version of Cleveland. I'm telling you guys, this is the Chinese version of Cleveland. Now, also we are in the region of China. I told you guys, this is a very diverse area. Jilin is very diverse. I've noticed a lot of restaurants like this right here. This is a Muslim restaurant. And whenever you're in China, and a lot of people have asked me, what are some things I shouldn't do if I'm in China? Not a lot of rules, man. Just don't be an idiot. Don't bring any drugs. Don't bring anything that you shouldn't bring into the country. Be polite, be respectful. But one of the things you do have to remember is that when you're in China and you see a Muslim restaurant like this, it's always going to be identified by these two words on the top left-hand corner, Changchun, which means pure and true. Now, when you walk into a restaurant like this, you can't bring alcohol inside. You cannot bring any type of pork inside or alcohol because this is a Muslim halal restaurant. They're very strict about alcohol and they're very strict about pork. So that is something. So for example, because China has no open container law, so you can walk down the street and have a beer just walking down the street. No one's going to stop you. You might be tempted to say, I'm going to bring my beer into a restaurant and I'm going to finish it there. But you can't actually do it because at these Muslim restaurants are very, very strict. But you can walk down the street with a beer in your hand as long as you're over the age of 18 and you can drink alcohol. You could walk down the street with an open container and drink as long as you're not driving, as long as you're not riding a bicycle. You are free to do whatever you want as you walk down the street with a beer in your hand, even with vodka. You could walk down the street with vodka in your hand and no one's gonna stop you. So let's keep it moving, y'all. Follow the channel and share this live stream. My name is Daniel. Thank you, Jolo. Follow the channel, man. Oh, we're on our way to 300,000 followers, everybody. We're building a great family, a great community here in TikTok. Please follow the channel. Now, somebody asked me, where did the jobs go? How come this place lost so many jobs? Where did the jobs go? Someone just left that comment. Where did the jobs go? Well, that's a great question. The jobs that were here, this is why this place, the entire northeast in Manchuria in China, has been hurt so badly in the last 30 years. Thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you, Daniel. Good morning, everybody back home in America. I am Daniel from the state of North Carolina. We are streaming from the city of Changchun. Please follow the channel, everybody. Now, one of the things someone just asked is, where did the jobs go? Thank you, JJ Laughs. You say, well, if this is like Cleveland, we know where the Cleveland jobs went. A lot of those Cleveland manufacturing jobs went overseas, right? And those jobs were made uncompetitive by overseas competitors. It's the exact same concept here. A lot of the folks, thank you, Best Karen, the comparison between this place and Detroit and Cleveland is so appropriate. Because if you were an auto worker in Detroit, or you were someone who worked in a heavy manufacturing job in Cleveland, you thought you had a job for life. You thought you had a job for life, right? Because the automobile industry was going well. You thought you had a job for life. The people that were here in Manchuria in northeast China felt the same way. They thought they had a job for life with the big state-owned enterprises. Thank you, Olga. Oh my God, thank you so much, Olga. Thank you, Olga. If you got a free sub from Olga, please give her a word of thank you. She is a relentless supporter of the channel. Thank you, Olga and Charlie Lambert, for sending those subs, and Mauricio, Ian, Nate, Olga, thank you so much. If you got a free sub from Olga, please give her a word of thank you. The jobs that were here, working in the state-owned enterprises, were simply inefficient. There were a lot of people in the 90s and 80s who had high-paying jobs that were lifers, meaning they never had to worry about getting fired. They never had to worry about profitability of the company. They had a job for life. And in the 1990s, as China was getting ready to enter the WTO, the World Trade Organization, one of the things that they did is they decided to trim down on these types of inefficient companies that were running here in Northeast China. Why? Because at that time, more efficient factories were popping up in southern China, and the companies had to be reduced in size in order to become profitable. So overnight, millions of people in this entire region lost a job that they thought they would have for the rest of their lives. Exactly the same story as Detroit, Michigan, Gary, Indiana, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Cleveland, Ohio, right? So many of those places that we're familiar with in the Rust Belts of Ohio, in the Rust Belt of Michigan and in Indiana happen here in China, right? Please follow the channel, man. Thank you, Olga, for sending these subs. Thank you so much. Really helping the channel. Thank you so much, Olga. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So please give her a word of thank you if you got a free sub. Now, it's been more than 25 years since those layoffs happened. Now, you guys will have to, you guys might say, well, where did those jobs go? Well, a lot of times, thank you, Olga. Thank you so much, Olga. Thank you. Thank you so much. See, this is why we have a great community. I do my best to show you what China looks like, but it's the viewers who make this place what it is. Thank you, Taco. Thank you so much to all my viewers. Thank you so much. And I love everybody who's tapping on the screen and sharing this live stream. Please follow the channel. We're on our way to 300,000 followers. Hit that follow button. Now you guys might say, okay, well, once again, this is for the folks who are watching us for the first time. Well, you guys could say from an American's perspective, how do you live on $500 a month? Thank you, Mark and Sleepy. You might say, well, how do you live on $500 a month, right? $530 a month, whatever that is. How do you live on that amount of money when you're living in this major city of 9 million people? If you make $500 a month in this city, your life is actually pretty comfortable. Why? Because rent is cheap. Home ownership in this city is extremely high. See, don't underestimate a city like this. When you go to Shenzhen, the city that I live in, home ownership levels less than half. Less than half of the people in the city of Shenzhen own a home because homes are expensive. There's a lot of people from out of town, other cities in China. Here, I would estimate home ownership levels have to be over 80%. I would imagine most human beings that you see walking down these streets own a home. Why? Because rent is cheap. To rent a home in one of these places, $200, $150. In these older buildings here, this actually looks pretty nice. Probably $130, $140, $150 a month. Get you a very nice apartment here. Thank you, Shelly and Bally Truth. And thank you, Shelly. Thank you so much. Just keep moving. So as you're walking around here, by the way, I think we just hit 2,000 subscribers thanks to Olga. Thank you so much, Olga. I think we just hit 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. $150, $140, $130 a month. Now, this is why most people don't actually rent in this city. Thank you, Olga. Thank you so much. Thank you, Olga. This is why most people don't actually rent in this city, because home ownership is so affordable in this northern Chinese city. This is why, like I always say to the folks who are watching, like, even though China is very expensive in Beijing, in Shanghai, in Hong Kong, in Shenzhen, these major tier 1 Chinese cities, there's actually a lot of places here in China where housing is actually very affordable. Thank you, Maurice. This is one of them. Here's the craziest part. There's actually a part of Dongbei of Manchuria where you can buy a house for $4,000. You can buy a home in a northern Chinese city called Hegang, not very far from the Russian border, for $4,000. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you, Ray and Sleep. Thank you, Celeste, for extending your subscription. $4,000. And I'm not talking about a cardboard box. You know what I'm saying? Something where, something just to sleep in. An actual apartment in one of these types of buildings in Hegang for $4,000. Thank you, Taco. We're actually thinking about taking you to Hegang on this trip. The only problem is that Hegang is on the border with Russia. If you go any further, man, my ass is going to end up in Russia, and I'm not going to try to end up in Russia with an American passport. But we're actually thinking about taking you guys to the city of Hegang to see what this city that is dubbed the cheapest housing market in all of China looks like. $4,000 gets you an apartment in Hegang. It's absolutely crazy. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. They drive exactly the same way here in China. They drive on the right side of the road, and the driver is on the left side, exactly the same way as Americans. However, when we go to Hong Kong and Macau, China to stream again, thank you, Willie Zhang, they are Portuguese and former British and Portuguese colonies. So they used to be run by the Europeans. They drive on the left side of the road. Thank you, Why Me, for sending a subscription. Thank you, Why Me. They drive on the left side of the road in Hong Kong and Macau, China, because they used to be European colonies by the British and by the Portuguese. But here in mainland China, they drive on the right side just like we do back home in America. So this is why, for a lot of Americans who are living in China, they drive here. They drive here with no problems, exactly the same way as back home in America. Hit that follow. How many new followers we got today? I feel like we got a lot of new followers today. Oh, I like this. We're more than halfway to 1,000. We're almost at 700 new followers. Hit that follow button, everybody. Wakey, wakey. Good morning, everybody back home in America. My name is Daniel. I am in a Rust Belt city in northern China called Changchun, a city of 9 million souls. Thank you, Charlie Lambert. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. Wakey, wakey, everybody. My home is in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, the home of the Tar Heels, the home of the University of North Carolina. Thank you, AZ, Hot, and Hosto. I stream daily from China. Make sure y'all follow the channel, man. This is a very, very beautiful and diverse country. And I said, you know, as a Chinese American who loves China, the city that I was born in, and loves America, the city that I call home and I grew up in, I said to myself, I got to do this country justice. And I got to show Americans back home what China is really like. Without all the media bias, without all the stereotypes, I gotta show y'all what it's really like in this country, and that's what I've been doing for the last 7 months. Follow the channel. We got almost 300,000 followers now here on TikTok. We should be hitting 300,000 sometime in September. So hit that follow button. Hit that follow button, y'all. Okay. All right, this is also, once again, for the folks who are watching me for the first time, because we have a lot of them tonight. When you're in a neighborhood like this, you have to remember, this is the same story everywhere you go in China. Meaning, folks live upstairs. These are residential communities. Downstairs, all stores, all restaurants, all businesses. Okay, these are, thank you, AZ Hot. Thank you very much. All types of, man, go Duke my ass, that trash ass Duke. Don't nobody care about no Duke. Don't nobody care about no Duke. Trash ass Duke. Keep moving, man. It's not spelled D-U-K-E, it's spelled D-O-O-K, all lowercase. We don't give them the respect of a capital D, man. Trash ass Duke. Let's keep it moving, y'all. They trash. I just had to get that in there. Make sure everybody, all 2,000 people heard this. Trash ass Duke. Let's keep it moving. Follow the channel, y'all. Hit that follow button. Thank you, Heat. Thank you. Thank you. Wave them damn Dukies. That's why all lowercase. All lowercase. I always say them. Don't give them the respect of a capital D. All lowercase. We don't respect them like that. We don't respect them like that. Oh, anyway, people, I don't know if this guy is just making a random comment or what, but I think you're asking, what is the wage here? I want to take you guys to the hills, by the way. I can't just keep showing y'all normal neighborhoods like this. I got to show y'all something cool. Show y'all something fancy. Y'all keep asking me about wages. I'm telling you guys, $500 to $600 a month is the typical wage here in this city. You actually get paid a little bit more for a service job. Like if you're working at one of these, restaurants over here, you actually get paid a little bit more for a service job. So we're almost there. We're only 8 minutes away from our destination. We're just gonna keep going and make a left. Everybody, let me know in the comments what y'all think of the vibe here. Thank you, Vice. Thank you, everybody. Follow the channel on Tina's Day. Thank you so much. What y'all think of the vibe here in this Rust Belt city in North China called Changchun? What do you guys think of the vibe here? What do you guys think? Hello in Cincinnati. The view is sick, right? It's pretty nice, right? Love the vibe. What up, AA? Very chill, right? Exactly, man. I am in love with actually this region. I really like this region that we've been traveling. So we've been on the road for about 65 days, 66 days now. We started in southern China. Thank you, Knowledge and Trina. North Korea is actually very close by. That's the closest country to where we are, is North Korea. So it's like, I always tell folks back home, like, you could choose to live in New York City, or you could choose to live in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you, Purple. You got choices in life. You know, living in New York City is not a necessity. You know, it's not a necessity. You could choose to live elsewhere. And I say the same about living in China. If you are an American living out here and you just had $1,000 a month to your name, let's say you make $1,000 a month, you would live a fantastic life here in the city of Changchun. Thank you, Dakota. Thank you, Dakota. If you wanted to come here in China, let's say you wanted to work as an English teacher and they pay you $2,000 a month and your job so happens to be here, you will probably have more than enough disposable income left over every month to travel the country. Thank you, Bali. Thank you, Bali Truth. So this is why I always tell people, man, there's a lot of hidden gems here in China of cities that are very affordable. Cities, all cities are safe. There's really no such thing as a, you know, I'm gonna be honest, man, there's really no such thing as a Baltimore or a south side of Chicago here in China where you gotta worry about catching a cap in your ass, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Irene Ham. Like, everything is safe, no matter the socio-economic status of this of the city that you're in. But it all depends on what your budget is. This right here, super, super good if you're on a budget. Follow the channel and share this live stream. My name is Daniel from the state of North Carolina. Thank you, Libby and Matthias. Baltimore represent. Hey, I love the people from Baltimore, man. I love y'all from Baltimore, Maryland, but you ain't gonna find my ass there, man. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Matthias. You ain't gonna find my ass in Baltimore, man. I've had enough of south side of Chicago. I'm gonna stick with North Carolina. I'm gonna stick with North Carolina. Y'all can have Baltimore. Okay, y'all could keep Baltimore. Y'all could keep Johns Hopkins University. Y'all could keep all that. I'm not coming over, man. I'm sticking to North Carolina, what I call the southern slice of heaven. Y'all could keep Baltimore. Y'all could go ahead and keep it. All right, y'all could go ahead and keep it. I'm gonna do the Drake hands. All right, I'm gonna do the Drake hands. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on Baltimore. Y'all represent. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving, man. Let's keep moving. Follow the channel and share this live stream, everybody. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, why is China so safe? There's a lot of reasons, man, because I think Chinese people, as a Chinese American who's living out here, I think Chinese people, Japanese people, Korean people, I think people here in Asia are inherently not, I just don't think they easily resort to violence. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of times back home in America, we'll be like, man, it's time to throw hands. Let's throw these hands, you know? They don't really do that here in China. I just don't think that's a way of resolving conflict. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw these hands. They don't really do that. I just don't think it's a part of the culture here. You know, and also the punishment for committing crime is so tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get caught throwing hands here, you're gonna be at the detention for 14 days. I'm serious. You are going to detention for 14 days. It's not quite prison. It's not quite jail. It's more like administrative detention. They catch you fighting out here. The cops show up. You're going to go into detention for 14 days. So the punishment for crime. So even though it's like, imagine me and somebody right now got into a fight on the streets right now. Imagine that. Okay? And we both beat the hell out of each other. Thank you, Tilly. We both got a bloody nose, but we didn't bother anybody else. We just beat the hell out of each other. Both of us will be going to detention, even though nobody was impacted other than the two of us. Both of us will be heading to detention. So it's like the laws here are so strict. This is why there's very few crime here. Thank you, Tilly. Thank you, Marky. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amy Coop. Thank you so much, everybody. This is why people don't commit as many crimes here, because it's got cameras everywhere, so your ass ain't going nowhere unless you're gonna find a way to dig a hole and go underground or some shit. They gonna catch you. Okay, unless you turn into a mole rat and you gonna jump into the sewer or something, they gonna catch your ass. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just very, very strict with the laws here. You know what I mean? Follow the channel and share this live stream. There's nowhere to go, man. Like I always say, I never heard of a bank robbery. I've been here for 5.5 years. I've never seen anybody rob a bank. I've never heard of a bank robbery. I've never heard of a carjacking. That's one I've never heard of. I've never heard anybody get their car jacked here in China. Why? Because there's cameras everywhere. You jack somebody's car, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna drive it to Vietnam or some shit? You know what I'm saying? They gonna catch your ass in 10 minutes. So these types of crimes don't really exist here in China. Carjackings, you know, people climbing into this place right here and stealing your stuff. Why? Where would you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna go? Hit the follow. Hit the follow button, man. Hit that follow button. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to the fancy area. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Thank you, Jay. Good morning, everybody back home in America. We are here in the city of Changchun. We're walking around in one of their pedestrian neighborhoods where the regular middle-class folks live. This is called the city of Changchun. Man, don't even lie, man. How many of y'all have actually heard of this city called Changchun? Man, no cap. How many of y'all heard of this city? Thank you, Slay. How many of y'all heard this city, y'all? How many of y'all heard this? How many of y'all heard this city? Nobody ever heard of it, right? Never heard of it. Exactly. Never, nobody, right? This is why I do what I do out here in China, man. This is why I do what I do out here in China, because I like to show y'all stuff that people have never seen or heard of before. It's easy for me to go to Beijing, the capital. We're going there next week. Thank you, Hostel 7. We're going to Beijing next week. We're going to Beijing for the capital. We're gonna be there, right? We're going to Taipei. Thank you, Mira. We're going to Taiwan, China very soon. We're gonna go to start with the city Taipei, and then we're gonna go to Kaohsiung. We're going everywhere. But these are the types of places that I thrive in, because Americans back home have never seen this type of a city. They don't even know that it exists. It's the equivalent of me coming back to North Carolina and streaming Winston-Salem or Greensboro, and everybody watching is French. They never heard of Winston-Salem. They never heard of Greensboro. It's the exact same concept. Most Chinese people, most American people have never heard of this city, man. Thank you, Big Frank. Let's keep moving. Enough wasting time, man. Let's go to the fancy part of town. Let's keep moving. Follow the channel, man. Share this live stream. See, a lot of people, they see this right here? There's a lot of distorted views of China. Some people said no freedom. Yeah, look at what I do out here, man. Look, I'm an American walking down the street everywhere in China in full blast on English. You never see anybody bother me. You ever see any cops messing with me? You ever see any government people messing with me? Thank you, Kiki girl. Nobody messes with me. I go everywhere I want. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna walk onto a military base and show you a freaking ICBM missile. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? But you never see no cops mess with me. You never even see regular folks walking down the street mess with me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking in very loud English. I'm speaking in very loud English, right? And nobody ever messes with me. And when I check into a hotel, everybody at the local police station knows that an American has showed up, because I have to check in with my passport. And they have to register me with the police station when I check into a hotel. So it's like, everybody knows that I'm here. It's not a secret I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I fly under the radar. Everybody knows I'm here. Nobody ever messes with me. And this is what I love about living in China, man. There's a lot of freedom to do a lot of things as long as you stay within the law. Don't break the law. Follow the channel, y'all. Hit that follow button. Let's right now go to the fancy part of town. I think we just make a right here. I'll make a left right here. Hit that follow button, everybody. Hit that follow button. What the hell am I? Hit that follow button, y'all. I stream daily in China. Hit that follow button. I just make a left turn here. Thank you, Martha. Thank you very much. Don't break the law. That's what I gotta say. Don't break the law. Stay within the law here when you're in China. Follow the channel. Share this live stream. Let's keep it moving. See, look, and also this is the other thing why I started to stream earlier and earlier. It's like when you come out to a Rust Belt city like this, unless I'm very wrong, man, when I go over there should be very few people there. There should be very few people there, man, because this place is just sleepy. You know what I mean? This is a sleepy, sleepy place. After 9 p.m., you hardly see any people on the streets. You know, and this is why life in northern China is so different from life in southern China. You know what I mean? Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. We are here in the city of Changchun. Follow the channel and share this live stream. Are there bars? Absolutely, man. There's a lot of bars here in China. A lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, but there's just not a lot of nightlife here. You know, the people here, they go to sleep early. Probably because it's cold as hell in the winter, man. They developed the habit of getting into their warm beds. And to give you an idea of how cold this is, man, this is like Maine, Boston type of cold, man. Cold as hell type of cold, real cold. Thank you, Too Tall. Thank you, Ian. Hit that follow button. We are streaming here in the city of Changchun. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a little preview of where we're going next. Thank you, AZ. Thank you, AZ Arizona. Thank you, LJ, Ian, and Rich. I'm gonna give you guys a little preview of where we're going, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all this for the first time tonight. Either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, we are headed to the city of Yanji. Don't even try to spell it because y'all ain't gonna know what it is. It is called Yanji Korean Autonomous Region. Everybody in that city, in that autonomous region, is Korean Chinese. Thank you, Butterfly and Lisa. We are going there tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna spend probably the weekend there. And it's gonna be right on the border with North Korea. But it's a little bit different in the case that this time we might actually be able to see some North Koreans up close. I'm not guaranteeing it. Thank you, Kiki girl. Good morning to you as well. Good morning to everybody back home in the States. I'm not gonna guarantee you that I'll be able to show you some North Koreans, but I have seen on social media that you can get pretty close. You can get very, very close in Yanji. So we're going to the border with North Korea yet again, but this time in a very, very different part. We're going further upstream on the river. Thank you, Natalie. And then we'll go to the city of Harbin, the ice city. So I know you've seen the TikTok videos about Harbin where they built the ice sculptures, all that stuff. You know, they have the ice sculptures every single year from December until March. We're going there, but I'm not going there. I'm not sure, but I think I will go in January, man, when it's very cold. But I want to see the city before I freeze my nuts off. So I want to go and see it while it's still warm. So I'm going to take you guys there after the city of Yanji. We should be there early to mid next week. But we'll go to the Korean place. We'll go to the Korean city, the Chinese Korean city of Yanji in, I think, either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So follow the channel, y'all. Hit that follow button. What city did I say I'm in? I'm in the city of Changchun. I'm in the city of Changchun. City of 9 million people, everybody. We're walking to a pretty busy shopping area, so we're almost there. See, this is what concerns me, y'all. Like, on the map right here, I'm like literally 2 minutes away. I see a lot of cars, but I don't see a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a lot of people. And by the way, this is how you know we're in a fancy part of town. Check this out. This is how you know we're in an expensive and fancy part of Changchun. I'm gonna tell you guys the rent and the housing prices here, but check out these buildings. You see that? Those old buildings that we've been looking at all day. Thank you to Bread. Follow the channel, everybody. Look at this. You see, y'all, see this how you know you're in a fancy part? Look, gated community. You see that? You got the guards. Thank you, CKC. Good morning, everybody. You see the guards, you see the gated community over here. You see that? You see security guards in these booths over here. These are the fancy, more expensive homes here in the city of Changchun. In the last 5 to 7 years. So in order to buy a home here, you're looking at least $160 to $170, $200,000 or more to get a home here in one of these buildings. If you wanted to rent here, let's say your apartment costs $200,000. How much do y'all think it'll cost for you to rent that exact same apartment? I'm taking guesses. Let's say there's a $200,000 apartment, 1.4 million yuan. How much do y'all think it'll cost to rent the same apartment in a fancy neighborhood like this? You see this fancy area right here? How much you think, guys, it could cost? $2,500, $1,000, $2,000. Y'all's numbers are way too high. You can rent an apartment here in this building for $600, $500, $550, maybe a 3-bedroom for $700. So you can get a 3-bedroom here for $700. Follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button, y'all. Man, let's keep it moving. The hell? Is it better now? Is the signal a little bit better? Is the signal better? Is it better? We good? All right. So anyway, let me explain again. I'm sorry about the signal just now. You can get an apartment here for $700, $600, $550. Beautiful. You can get a 3-bedroom apartment here for $700 a month. Think about that. So why would you pay $200,000 for an apartment here when you can just rent it for $700? Think about that. So this is the fancy area. All right, let's go. Let's keep moving. Follow the channel and share this live stream. Thank you, Doreen. So y'all were way too high with y'all's estimates. Think about that. You're living in a gated community. Thank you, Doreen. $550, $530 a month is the average salary here. Please follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. Thank you very much. Yes, please follow the channel. I'm sorry about the lag just now. We lost some viewers because of the lag. I apologize. Please follow the channel, everybody. I'm not sure if they let you buy. You could probably buy if you wanted to buy here. There's nothing that restricts Americans from buying, especially in a city like this. But if you're living in Shanghai or you're living in Beijing or you're living in Shenzhen and you're an American, I think there are some restrictions on how many homes you can buy. I don't think you can buy as many as you want. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't own an apartment here in China. I rent. My rent is $600 a month. So I can't give you an exact answer, but you could just see, like, anytime you're near a very fancy mall, like this one right here, you see this is called The Hill. All right, so usually fancy malls here in China, they're gonna have the Chinese name and then they're gonna have the English name. This one is called Zheyushan. It's called The Hill. This mall is just called The Hill. So very, very fancy mall. That usually means the developer here in China is gonna build a fancy mall along with all these fancy homes right next to it. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. You don't need to become a Chinese national. So I do have to make sure that's true. You don't need to become a Chinese national in order to buy a home in China. You could be an American and buy in China. There's nothing that stops you from buying as an American. How to make sure that you have a visa. This makes us like 300 lag. Please follow the channel, everybody. Hit the follow button. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Philly. Thank you, Mira. Hit the follow button, y'all. Man, I don't know what's going on with the signal when we get to this area right here. Keep moving. Hit that follow button. See, look. Here's good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Snorlax. See, what I don't understand is how we are in a rich neighborhood. What I don't understand is how we're in a wealthy neighborhood and we get worse signal. What kind of shit is this? You know what I'm saying? How we are in a wealthy neighborhood and the signal is even worse. What's going on over here behind me sucking up all the signal? There's a lot of people behind me sucking up all the signal. There's a lot of people. What's going on over here? Maybe it's because of all those big buildings behind me sucking up all the signal. There's a lot of people here. I don't understand how we just enter. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Martha, and thank you, All Things. Thank you very much. I don't understand this. I see this right here. Thank you, everybody. I apologize about the signal, y'all. Look at this right here. Is the signal better? Thank you very. Is the signal a little bit better? Is the signal better? Is it better? Yeah? Signal's better? Alright. Look, this is how you know you at a fancy ass mall. You got a weird ass statue like this. Look how weird statue looks. Look at this. Look at this. Look how weird the statue looks. Yeah, I will be going to Hong Kong, man. Absolutely. I will be going to Hong Kong. Follow the channel, y'all. Hit that follow button. Look at this. That's how you know you at a weird neighborhood, man. You got some weird ass statues everywhere. Let's keep moving. Hit that follow button. There's a lot of people here. Maybe this is why the signal is no good. There's a lot of people here, y'all. Man, hit that follow button. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Olga. Thank you very much. You did not miss the animals, man. We're gonna go in the evening. Good signal in Midland, Texas. All right, listen, I gotta get up out of here, man. There's way too many people here sucking up my signal. Also sucking away the viewers. I'm gonna go in here real quick. So I'm gonna show y'all what a fancy mall looks like, and I'm gonna come right back out. This is called The Hill. This is a very, very upscale mall here in the city of Changchun. Look at this inside mall. Look at the inside of this mall right here. Can y'all see this mall right here? Follow the button, follow the channel. Y'all hit that follow button. It's on the bottom left-hand corner. Look at this mall right here. Y'all see that? Can y'all see it? The signal good? Y'all can still see it? That is a freaking indoor mall, y'all. Look at this. This is an indoor mall. Look at this. Look at this. And we're in the city of Changchun. Thank you, Kelly Marie. Hit that follow button. Thank you, Grumpy. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Thank you, Charlie. There's a Starbucks right there and lots of different restaurants. This mall, for a fun fact, actually has no set closing time. They just close. Thank you, Wahid and All Things. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Wahid. Let's get our viewers back. We just lost some viewers because of the lag. We lost like 600 viewers because of the stupid lag that we had. Follow the channel, man. Thank you, Wahid. Thank you, Conchita. This is one of the hypest areas in all of Changchun. Lots of young people here. You see a lot of young faces over here. Thank you, Claudia and Slaw. Beautiful. I'm gonna try to go in a little bit deeper without losing my signal. Is the signal still okay, everyone? Thank you, Martha. Is the signal still okay? Thank you, Martha, for the meerkat. Thank you, Rash Sign. Thank you. Signal still good? Signal still good? Okay, I'm gonna try to go a little bit deeper. Look at this. Look how nice this looks. Look at this, man. This is freaking beautiful. Look at this. Man, this is just like Singapore, y'all. This reminds me of Garden by the Bay in Singapore. Look at this. Thank you, Gavla. He's a deeper. Man, beautiful. Let's go ahead and get up out of here, man. I don't want to spend too much time shopping here, but this is a very cool place. Actually, let's go and see a little bit further, see if the signal is going to stick. If the signal starts to lag, we'll go ahead and get up out of here. Okay? I'll go ahead and get up out of here if the signal starts to lag. There should be around 6 floors. Thank you, All Things. This is not North Carolina. This is the city of Changchun. The city of Changchun here in northeast China, in Dongbei, in Manchuria. Look at this. Look at this. Hit that follow button. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have hit our goal of 1,000 new followers towards 300,000 followers. We just hit 1,000 new followers on this live stream, man. Let's keep hitting that follow button, y'all. Keep hitting that follow button. It's beautiful. I know, man. Every floor you go up is more expensive. I think I'm gonna stay on the ground floor, man. It's pretty dope. It's actually pretty dope, man. Beautiful. There's a lot of ladies in here. Why? Oh my God, I'm seeing the first foreigners I've ever seen in this city, y'all. These are the first foreigners I've ever seen. Thank you, Rel. These are the first foreigners I just saw. You know what I'm saying? I just saw some foreigners. Where are the Americans? Well, I tell you what, not here. Not here. Let's keep moving. Follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. This is cool, man. Look at this. this freaking place. Yeah, let's get to 300,000 likes. Look at this place. Nah, exactly. They looked at me, they didn't think I was a foreigner. Exactly. I blend in like a chameleon. I blend in. Dude, this is all freaking indoors, man. This is beautiful. This is actually beautiful, man. Let's go ahead and get about it. You see, I blend in like a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? I blend in. Oh, man. Follow the channel. Share this live stream. Thank you, Martha, for the galaxy earlier. And thank you for the heart. Let's keep it moving. And thank you, Olga, of course, for all the love and support. Let's go to that big Wenda place across the street, because Wenda is actually pretty cool. So look at all this. See a lot of trinkets over here that they sell. The ladies will love this stuff. A lot of the ladies will love this stuff. Man, look, Americans are very, very much respected here in China, man. Americans are very respected here in China. Y'all ain't got to worry about, we ain't got to worry about our safety. We don't have to worry about stuff like that. Follow the channel and thank you all things and share this live stream. It's like, this is a country, like I said before, very, very tolerant, very open-minded. However, I would be lying if I said there wasn't more and more negativity. Just like there's a lot of negativity back home around China, there's actually increasingly more and more negativity around America because of all the media. You know, it's very unfortunate for me to say this, but a lot of the everyday Chinese people, when they watch a video about America on Chinese Instagram, it's always the violence, it's always the crimes, it's always the homelessness. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if someone here, I don't know what it is about the social media, is deliberately posting the worst of America for people here to see, and that makes me really sad. You know what I'm saying? All the nice parts of America, you know what I'm saying, they don't really they still show it, but I think what's most memorable for people is kind of like the worst parts, the crimes, the homeless population, you know, the drugs, you know, a lot of that stuff is being shown here. And I really think it's also, you guys remember during COVID, the pandemic, there was a lot of prejudice and hate towards Asian Americans. They show that a lot here as well. So like, thank you all things. So it makes me really sad when I'm scrolling through Chinese social media, like a Chinese Facebook, a Chinese Instagram, and I'm seeing like just a lot of messages of hate, you know what I'm saying, that drives further division between our two people. But unfortunately, it's the same thing back home in America, right? Like every time you hear about China mentioned in the news, more likely than not, it's going to be negative. More likely than not it's going to be very, very negative towards China and towards the Chinese people, you know what I'm saying, towards the Chinese Communist Party. It's very negative towards them. So I guess it makes sense that they're doing the same thing to us as what we're doing to them. And it's a lose-lose situation for everybody. Everybody is the loser. We are the losers. We as the people who are just trying to have peace and trying to live our lives, we are the losers. You know what I'm saying? We are the losers of this. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. Hello in Tennessee. Thank you, Karina. Thank you, all things. Please follow the channel, man. Yeah, exactly. This place is beautiful, man. This place is absolutely beautiful. We're going to go across the street to Wenda Plaza. Now, let me tell you guys a little bit of about Wenda Plaza. What you see right in front of you is a very, very iconic Chinese brand. It is owned, or used to be owned, by one of China's wealthiest men named Wang Jian. I forget what his full name is. Wang Jian something, Wang Jianling or something. So this plaza used to be owned by him. He owns a bunch of malls all throughout China. Now, recently, his company has run into some financial trouble during the real estate downturn, so he's had to sell a lot of his malls. But usually here in China, what you have is, in a city like here in the city of Changchun, what you'll have a Wenda Plaza that serves as like an unofficial downtown. Meaning this is a place where a lot of people are gonna gather. They got an IMAX movie theater almost always at Wenda Plaza. And the thing you'll notice about China, let me show you guys as I cross the street over here. Let me show you guys something, okay? As I cross the street, please follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. Hello in Chicago, Midway. Let's keep the comments flowing, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Let's keep the comments flowing. follow the channel, y'all. Let's keep the comments flowing. Look, let me show you guys something. Here, when you are at Wanda Plaza in any mid-tier Chinese city, when you look at Wanda Plaza over here, thank you all things, it is going to be what I call affordable shopping. Meaning you're not going to find any Louis Vuittons, you're not going to find any Hermes or Chanel over here. You're not going to do it. It's all what I call affordable shopping. This is a place where a lot of young people like to gather. There's a lot of people coming in and out of these malls. Now, the one thing you'll notice about China, thank you so much, Mauricio. The one thing that you'll notice about China, check this out. Anytime you got a lot of people gathered in one place. Cops. You see that? You see those cops over there in those vans? You see the SWAT over there? They don't come and bother you. Those cops over there, they don't come and bother you. They don't talk to you, but they are there. This is to prevent any type of violent activities happening in a major population area. Thank you, Maurice. Thank you, Kelly. This is the area of emphasis for the cops here in China, is to make sure any area where a lot of people are gathered stays safe. So you're not gonna see anybody crazy running around doing something crazy. Very soon they will be controlled. So remember, whenever you're in China on vacation, this is why you feel very safe in a major population place. Thank you, Stacy, a major gathering place like here, like Wanda Plaza, because they got cops that are in those cars that are monitoring the cameras to make sure no one goes crazy, no one steals from you, no one does anything crazy in these types of large gathering places. Does that make sense? Follow the channel and share this live stream. We can talk about voting all the time, man. There's nothing to be afraid of. So here in China, the voting is very, very different. They don't have elections like the one that we're about to have in November between Trump and Kamala. What that means is that here, most of the people that you see here, everybody here that you see here, they don't have the ability to vote because it's a single party state. China is a single party state. Thank you, SXJX. There's no one else to vote for. There's only one party. That's the Chinese Communist Party. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you so much, Amanda. Great to see you, Amanda. Everybody got to go check out Amanda's channel, Roaming Cowgirl. She streams from back home in America doing something very similar to what I do. Give her a follow. Give her some love. Thank you, Cherish. Follow the channel. Thank you, Carolyn. Follow the channel and share this live stream, everybody. Let's keep it moving. You see those cops that just walked right past me? Thank you, Mauricio. We halfway to our goal. Thank you, Mauricio. You see those cops that just walked right past me? They don't ever bother me. Why? Because this country right here is very, very open, man. As long as you don't commit any crimes, nobody bothers you. Nobody messes with you. Thank you, Larita. Follow the channel. Let's keep it moving, y'all. All right, I'm thinking about taking you guys inside the Wanda Mall. But before we do, man, maybe we should walk around outside a little bit. I'm about taking you guys inside the mall. Follow the channel, y'all. Hit that follow button and share this live stream, y'all. Y'all want to go inside the mall? I'm worried about losing my signal inside the mall. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about losing my signal. Thank you, Larita. So, Sandra, they do have elections here, but they have it in the villages. They have it in rural China in the villages. Thank you, Rooks. Meaning people will vote for their village leaders, their village heads, but they don't have votes in cities. Does that make sense? That's the difference. They don't have votes in the city. So let's keep it moving. Single party state over here. These also, by the way, here, whenever you're at a Wanda Plaza, there's always some people outside singing, trying to make a couple extra dollars. You know what I'm saying? This is basically the modern way of soliciting. You know what I'm saying? Basically, this is like the modern way of asking for money. It's just singing outside. You see a lot of guitar players out here. Thank you, All Things and Candy. Let's keep moving. All right, I'm gonna come back out if there's no signal, okay? Let me know how the signal is. Let's walk in, see if we still have a signal. This is what a Chinese mall looks like. So this is a Chinese mall. Thank you, Olga. Thank you so much, Olga. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Olga. Please, man, thank you, Candy. Let's go in. Thank you, Olga. All right. All right, y'all, this is what a Chinese mall looks like. This is not a fancy American, there's not a lot of American brands in here. Thank you, Olga, so much for all the love and support. Thank you. You cannot smoke inside. No, you cannot. So all these brands over here, with the exception of this one, this is obviously Nike over here, but most of the brands here are gonna be domestic Chinese brands. So unlike a lot of times when we go into like a fancy mall like MixC, those are all European brands, those are all American brands. Here at a Chinese mall like Wanda, most of the brands here are actually going to be domestic Chinese. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you so much. We're more than halfway to our goal. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Doreen. And Olga, not only thank you for the galaxies, but thank you for the subs that you sent earlier, man. I appreciate that, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Is the signal still okay, everybody? Is the signal still okay? Good morning, everybody back home in America. My name is Daniel from the state of North Carolina. Thank you, Mauricio. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Ian. Signal still okay? Thank you, Sandras. Thank you, Stan. Thank you very much. Once again, this is why, like, when you come out here to a city like Changchun, they have something here in China for every income group. Thank you, Peony. Like, Wanda is a place that I call very 大众. Thank you, Shayna, which means people of all income groups can afford to come to a place like this. You know, obviously the gold is very expensive, but most of the brands that you see here, thank you, Nook E and Doreen, are all inexpensive Chinese brands, which means everybody can afford to come here and have a good time. Thank you, Michelle. When you go to MixC, when you go to the place that I had lunch at, when I did my lunch live stream, that's a place where you need to have a lot of money because they got Louis Vuitton, they got Chanel, they got all those American and European brands like Tiffany's. Here, everybody can afford it. Like, this is cheap. This store right here is cheap. Everything here is cheap. You know, let's keep it moving. Now, this is not cheap, man. This Haagen-Dazs right here ain't cheap. Thank you, All Things. This is probably the only thing that's not cheap here. Thank you, Danik and All Things. Let's keep it moving, man. Follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button, man. Let's keep moving. Yes, thank you, Just Kirby, by the way, for becoming my newest moderator. Let's keep moving. See, this is like the Chinese version of Starbucks. And for some reason, man, they got the sponsorship rights to Harry Potter over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, but they got the sponsorship rights to Harry Potter. They got Harry Potter over here 15 years after the fact. And this is a Chinese version of Starbucks. You see that? Follow the channel, y'all. How many new followers we got on this stream? Oh my God, I love it, man. Hit that follow button, y'all. Damn. Emma Watson, as good as as beautiful as I remember her from 15 years ago. It's my childhood crush right here. My childhood crush right here. I'm telling y'all, this is my childhood crush right here. Man, as beautiful as I remember her. Hit that follow button. Let's keep it moving. And look, you see that? Look, the Chinese version of Nike, even the logo looks very similar, right? How many of y'all heard this brand right here? The largest Chinese competitor to Nike. How many of you guys have heard of this brand? Even the logo looks like Nike, right? Look at this. See this? Even the logo looks very, don't underestimate, don't sleep on them, man. This is a huge Chinese apparel company named after the man who won gold medals at the Los Angeles Olympics in 1988. So you guys know China wins a lot of gold medals along with the USA. We are the two biggest gold medal winners in the world every Olympics. But China in 1988 didn't win a lot of gold medals. And this gentleman, Li Ning, was one of the first Chinese athletes to win a gold medal in a major sport like gymnastics. He went and founded his own apparel company. He is now a billionaire. This guy's worth a lot of money. This is a huge store here. And these shoes are not cheap, by the way. Like, this is a lot of types of shoes that you don't really get to see back home in America. These shoes are expensive, y'all. Hey, 你好, 看一看. Look, these shoes are expensive. Look at this right here, man. Thank you, Romeo. You don't see this type of shoe right here. This shoe right here is 1,699 yuan. This right here is $225. $225 for this shoe right here. So this is why, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. For all the Chinese people who are watching this, I'm gonna be super honest with you guys. Like, this shoe here is freaking more expensive than Jordans. I can get a pair of Jordans for $100 back home in America, and this right here is 899 yuan. This is $125. Like, this stuff is expensive, y'all. Like, this one right here is 1,699. So $225. $225 for this. You know what I'm saying? This is expensive. Hey, 你好。啊？2万多元。2200，这不是抖音，这是 TikTok 国外的抖音。给大家看一看咱们国产的一些东西，他们没看过这些东西。Follow the channel, y'all. Let's get up out of here. Those shoes are fire, man. They look nice. This is Li Ning. This brand is called Li Ning. The shoes look nice, man. They just expensive as hell. This shoe right here is 1,699 yuan. 这鞋1699啊？对。这有折扣吗？2件9折。2件9折。Y'all, for the Chinese people who are watching this, y'all buy this for 1,699 yuan. Y'all, all the Chinese people that are watching this, y'all pay $225 for this shoe right here. 1,699 yuan. $225. The average salary in this city is $530 a month. Thank you, Plant Groove.
他们有没有买的呀？
有没有买啊？李宁在美国应该没有开店吧？应该。But this is nice. 这个鞋子很好看。This is nice though. This is a beautiful shoe though. See, this is cheap. See, I don't understand. This pricing doesn't make sense to me. How does this cost $599, and this costs $899, and this costs $16.99? This pricing. Who is doing the pricing for this brand right here? Bro, what is in this shoe, man? They got gold on this? Man, this bottom is hard as a rock, man. I'm gonna get arthritis walking in these shoes over here. This bottom sole over here, hard as a rock. I wanna smack somebody in the head with this. Look at this, man. This hard as a rock over here, man. 1,699 yuan. Bro, I thought my Skechers were expensive, man. I can't even... Man. Hey, man, all the Chinese people who are watching, man, how y'all feel about these prices, man? Because this is crazy. This is literally crazy, man. I don't know how y'all feel about these prices. This is crazy. This is right here, $599. So this is pretty cheap. This is like $84. But that shoes look nice, though. I will admit, man, their shoes look nice. They got some nice looking shoes, though. But here's the thing about China as we go and get out of here, because I can't afford to be in this store right here, man. This store is way too expensive, man. As I'm just telling you guys, man, this store is way too expensive for me. But like, you used to be able to save a lot of money buying domestic Chinese brands. Thank you, all things. Now it seems like you got to pay more. That's crazy, man. I'm just... 我被震撼了，我被震撼了，大家。Man, I'm shook, y'all. 1,699 yuan, y'all. Man, I'm shook. I'm literally shook, y'all. I'm actually shook. That's crazy, man. Thank you, Claudia, man. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's keep it moving. I'm actually shook, y'all. I am actually shook. Man, this is what I don't understand about this country, though. You know, sometimes when you walk around in this country and, like, you're walking around here, it's like, who is buying this type of stuff? Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. I don't know what's going on, man. Let's keep moving, everybody. Follow the channel and share this live stream. This is why I'm telling you, this is why China, I love living in China, because there's just so many things I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like... This is, man, I don't get it, man. Let's keep moving. So, anyway, for all the Americans who are watching back home, even though we're in a Chinese mall called Wanda, they still do have American brands out here, usually anchored by a Starbucks. Usually anchored by a Starbucks over here. This is actually going to be facing street side. You can see the exit is right here. One of the exits is right here. So this Starbucks is actually facing street side. Starbucks is one of the biggest coffee brands here in China. Thank you, Dennis and Wayne. It's one of the biggest brands here in China. They're facing a lot more competition. Usually at any decent mall here in China, whether it's Chinese or Hong Kong Chinese owned, they're always going to have a Starbucks, or if the fancier ones usually have a Starbucks Reserve. always an anchor store here in China. Let's keep it moving, man. I'm not trying to have no coffee. Let's keep moving. Follow the channel, share this. Y'all gotta hit that follow button. We got over 1,100 new followers already in just less than 2 hours of streaming. We're on our way to 300,000. Hit that follow button, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Celine Norris. We're almost hitting our goal. We're almost about to hit our goal. Hit that follow button, y'all. Of course, we got a Lego store over here. Beautiful. Thank you, Lil Mix. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, by the way, check out this brand right here. See, a lot of y'all probably have seen this. See, this is the way they compete out here in China. You see that? Very fierce competition, man. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Olga. This is the way they compete out here in China. This is a Chaji, Bawang Chaji. This right here, look at where it's right next to. Starbucks. This is literally a tea store competing directly with a Starbucks coffee shop right next to each other, right? Fierce competition. This is also for all the American folks who are watching this, like competition here in retail in China is the fiercest I've seen anywhere in the world. Now, these stores are big brands, so they'll be okay. Sephora is a big brand, they'll be okay. But a lot of stores here in this mall are here today, gone tomorrow. Meaning, if they don't do well, they can't afford to pay the rent, and the very next week, very next month, somebody's gonna take over that space. So retail competition here in China is extremely, extremely fierce. The big brands like a Lego right here, they'll be okay. They're always gonna be okay, but it's like a lot of unknown Chinese brands that you've never heard of, let's say up there, if they don't do well, they're not gonna be able to pay the rent, and there's like a lot of turnover. So this is why when I live in China for the last 5.5 years, if there's like a mall in Shenzhen where I live in and I haven't gone in like 3 months, and I go back for the first time in 3 months, I can't even recognize the stores. So much turnover here in China, so much turnover, y'all. Follow the channel, man, share this live stream. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's go up, let's keep moving. Also, by the way, y'all, check this out. So here in China, I don't know if you guys know this, same type of ritual nowadays, even though it's an East Asian country. Back home in America, y'all are proposing using diamonds. All the ladies, you know, get married using a diamond. Here in China, the exact same way. All about diamonds. Thank you, Hustle Mom. Thank you, A Beauty. A lot of girls nowadays, when they get married, they expect a diamond engagement